When did you attend the YMCA?
I can remember I would be about 11-year-old. That's when I was at school, but it wasn't the YMCA, it was the shop on the corner. So that's how I remember the YMCA. I was 11. I know I was 11 because I just finished St Mary's School and we were going down to St Begg's, and St Begg's couldn't take us because there was too many of us. So we had to go to another school at Whitehaven, which is the old it's the council now. And at dinner time we used to have to walk up to St Begg's for our lunch, and we used to sneak in the sweet shop before we went. So that's how I know I was 11.
What are your memories of the YMCA?
The memories would be the sweet shop. That's the biggest memory I can remember, only because it was fantastic being a child and seeing all these sweets. They were in jars and old scales, and it was like an oldie worldy. It was like an old shop. It was really, really nice to see. So that's my first memories. I think I would have been 13, coming up 13 when I went in the YMCA, and that was to do roller skating. And I don't mean with the boots and that. These were just little wee tin things with wheels on, and they had laces on the front. You used to put your shoe in it. And I can remember me and my sister, it was my older sisters, and they were her skating boots, roller skates as she called them then. And she would put one on and I would put one on, and we would pull each other round in the big room at the back because we never had two pair, we only had a pair of it. So we had to put one on each.
What was the most memorable or best memory?
The best memory, I would say, was going in just as a drop-in, really, listening to music, and there was a little tuck shop and you could buy what you want.
What did you do at the YMCA?
I roller skated. And also, when I had children, I had Mark, which was my son, and Lisa was my daughter. We had an Alsatian. And at the back of the YMCA there was, I think it would have been the sports hall or something like that at the back. And we used to go in there and we used to train the dog. Sadie it was, yes, you're right. And we used to train Sadie in there, and it was good to do as a family, but it was hard work. And that was a memory I'll never forget. He used to take off after all the dogs. And they used to say, take your dogs off the lead. I used to take it off and it used to just charge after the dogs. And Mark and Lisa used to have to run round trying to catch it. So that was good. That was a good memory.
Why did you go to the YMCA?
I think when I went roller skating, I went because the girls at school was going. Because we weren't really allowed in town. Not only that, it was money to get into town and that. So we only went a couple of times, but the sweet shop we went every day.
What would have happened if you hadn't have gone to the YMCA?
I wouldn't have had that experience, really. Maybe just walk the roads.
Yeah. Who did you go with?
Who did I go with? Well, it would be friends, neighbours, and my sisters. Because it was, I've got 4 sisters, so we were always together.
What did you wear?
We used to go to rummage sales and get our clothes at rummage sales, so I can't remember what we wore. Maybe jeans or slacks, as we used to call them then. But they weren't leggings, they were slacks. Pair of boots or trainers. They were them black pumps, yeah.
What did you eat or drink?
Well, I would say it would be Coke then. But they were the old-fashioned bottle Cokes. Or you could just buy a plastic glass of juice, or, things like that.
What music did you listen to?
What music? I would say it was Mick Jagger, the Rolling Stones and things like that. Elvis Presley.
Oh, fantastic.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yeah.
Things like that.
What did the building or space look like?
I can remember walking in YMCA, and when you walked in there was a lovely staircase what went up. can remember that. And then there was a room at the front where the stairs went up. there was like a chain over it, so you
Oh,
weren't.
really? Ah, right.
So we weren't allowed to go upstairs.
Okay. Do you remember the staff?
Only person I can remember is James, but that would have been later on, I think. I'm not really sure. And I can just remember him because he was a friend of my dad's as well. And I always remember him living in that house next door. So that's the only one I can remember. I can vaguely remember the people who worked in the shop. I can't remember the names, but he was a big tall fella and she was only small.
Did the YMCA influence any choices you made?
Just to have fun, really.
What would you like the new Whitehaven Foyer to achieve for young people?
Well, for somewhere for young people to go, to get trained if they need trained, you know, things like that. And just, you know, to make friends and enjoy themselves, really.
If you could give one piece of advice to the young people of today, what would it be?
Enjoy life. Follow your dreams.